Hi, I'm Swarupa Sail, course instructor for Fluid Mechanics. In this presentation, we will go through types of fluids, that is ideal fluid, real fluid, Newtonian and non-Newtonian fluid, ideal plastic fluid, thixotropic fluid and rheopectic fluid. We will find out the differences between ideal and real fluids by knowing what they are. Usually, the motion of fluid flow is very much complicated, and hence to understand it or to simplify, a model called ideal fluids are used. Ideal fluids exist only in theory and practically they do not exist. Hence, they are referred to as imaginary fluids. Whereas real fluids exist in nature and all fluids are real fluids. The friction between layers of fluids is zero and hence viscosity is zero. As viscosity is zero, there is no cohesive force between the molecules of the liquid and hence surface tension is also equal to zero. But for real fluids, friction between layers of fluids exists and hence viscosity also exists. Ideal fluids are incompressible. That means density remains same with application of pressure. There won't be any change in volume of the liquid with increase in pressure. Whereas real fluids are compressible. Ideal fluids have laminar and steady flow. Here we can see these are the path lines which are being followed by different particles of the liquid, and these path lines are parallel to each other. So this type of flow is called as laminar flow. And steady flow means the flow parameters like velocity will remain same with change in time. That means if we measure velocity at t is equal to 10 seconds and at t is equal to 20 seconds, velocity will be same for both 10 and 20 seconds. Real fluids have turbulent flow. Here we can see zigzag flow. That means the particles are trying to take any path. They are trying to cross the path being followed by other particles. Ideal fluids are used in continuity equation and Bernoulli's equation. No slip boundary condition is not valid for ideal fluids, whereas it is valid for real fluids. To understand no slip boundary condition, we will consider two boundary surfaces between which there is a flow of liquid. Fluid is flowing in positive x direction and hence there is resistance being offered by the surface onto the flow in negative x direction due to friction. So the velocity will be equal to 0 at contact surface. That means at a solid boundary the fluid will have 0 velocity and it is referred to as no slip boundary condition. But for ideal fluids, we observe that velocity is not equal to 0 and it's a straight line. But for real fluids, velocity was 0 at boundary and it increases as we go to the center, as the layers of the liquid are away from the solid boundary and the effect of friction goes on reducing as we move towards the center. In fluid mechanics, most of problems will be on ideal fluids itself and we need to assume fluid as ideal unless and until it is mentioned as real fluid or if it has viscosity. In most of real fluid problems, we will have viscosity but no turbulence or compression. Rheological classification of fluids. Rheology means study of stress-strain behavior. The first type of fluid is Newtonian fluid, which obeys Newton's law of viscosity. It states that shear stress, that is tau, is directly proportional to shear strain, that is du by dy. So when we remove this proportionality sign, we get a constant which is called as mu and is referred to as dynamic viscosity or viscosity. So we get equation as tau is equal to mu into du by dy. So when we draw a graph of shear stress versus shear strain, that is tau versus du by dy, we can observe three straight lines. First one is for oil, second is for water, and third one is for air. And slope mu is shear stress divided by shear strain, that is y component divided by x component. For oil, we observe that the slope mu is maximum, whereas for air, slope is minimum as viscosity of air is less compared to that of oil and water. Oil has got more viscosity, hence slope is maximum, and air has less viscosity and hence slope is minimum. And for water, slope is in between oil and air. And here we can see that the ideal fluid is shown on x-axis, that is because viscosity mu is equal to 0. Non-Newtonian fluid does not follow Newton's law of viscosity. The fluids which follow Newton's law are referred to as Newtonian fluids, and fluids which do not obey Newton's law of viscosity are referred to as non-Newtonian fluids. The equation for non-Newtonian fluid is tau is equal to eta into du by dy raised to n plus tau naught, where eta represents flow consistency index, n represents flow behavior index, and tau naught represents yield shear stress. If in this equation n is equal to 1 and tau naught is equal to 0, then it becomes a Newtonian fluid, because tau will be equal to mu into du by dy when n is equal to 1 and tau naught is equal to 0. There are two types of non-Newtonian fluids. One is pseudoplastic fluid and second one is dilatant fluid. In pseudoplastic fluids, viscosity will decrease with increase in shear stress. Therefore, here in this graph we can see that the slope is decreasing with increase in shear stress. For example, ketchup flows easily when the bottle is hit or shaken hard. The other examples are paint, blood and lipstick. For these fluids, value of flow behavior index, that is n, is negative, and yield shear stress, that is tau naught, is equal to 0. Hence we can see that the curve starts from the origin itself. There is no value for initial yield stress. There is not yield shear stress required for fluid to flow. In dilatant fluids, viscosity will increase with increase in shear stress. Therefore, we can see that the slope of graph is increasing. Dilatant fluids are also referred to as shear thickening fluids. For example, cornstarch in water. So, as we increase the stress, viscosity increases. That means the particles come closer to each other. There is friction being offered by one layer over the another. hence viscosity increases. For these fluids, value of flow behavior index, that is N, is positive and yield shear stress tau naught is equal to 0. So, the curve for dilatant fluid also starts from the origin. Next is ideal plastic fluid, and it is referred to as Bingham's plastic. Here the strain starts after certain initial yield stress, that is tau naught, and then the stress strain relationship will be linear, and we observe that slope is also constant as it is a straight line. And the line of graph does not start from the origin as was for non-Newtonian fluids, but it starts after application of certain stress, which is called as initial yield stress. For example, when we try to press the toothpaste, initially paste will offer resistance to flow. So it will offer resistance to flow for the application of initial yield stress, that is called as tau naught. But later when we press it hard, tube will start to flow easily and there will be linear variation of stress and strain. So here it is mentioned that these fluids resist small shear stress, that is tau naught, and when we press it hard, it will try to flow easily. That is, after application of larger shear stress, fluid flows. And the flow behavior index, that is N, is equal to 1, and yield shear stress, that is tau naught, will not be equal to 0. In thixotropic fluids also, strain starts after certain initial yield stress, that is tau naught. But here the stress and strain relationship will be non-linear. It is not a straight line. And viscosity decreases with increase in stress. For example, if we consider yogurt, after we keep stirring it, it gets converted to liquid form from solid form. For these fluids, value of flow behavior index N is negative and yield shear stress, that is tau naught, is equal to 0. Next is rheopectic fluids. Here also we can see that strain starts after certain initial yield stress, that is tau naught, and stress strain relationship is non-linear, but viscosity increases with stress over time. For example, the longer we whip the cream, thicker it becomes. That means after we increase the stress, viscosity increases. Why viscosity increases? Because the friction between the layers increases as molecules come closer to each other. For these fluids, value of flow behavior index N is positive and yield shear stress, that is tau naught, is not equal to 0. Thank you.